Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and we got the next wave of the Sonic Movie 2 figures. So this is all of Wave 2. We got Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Super Sonic. And they all come with a bunch of different accessories as well. So in this review, I'm going to be going over each figure individually, and then I'm also going to compare them to the Wave 1 figures, because there have been changes since those figures. I want to go over the improvements, some of the things I wish they could have done. And there was also a wave of figures. It was like a 3-pack of different Sonics and different costumes that was released in between Waves 1 and 2. I'm going to bring one of those in to compare to Sonic, because there's some things they did on there I wish they could have done with this Sonic, but overall, they're not bad figures. So before we dive into these, I want to ask you guys a quick question of the day. If they make a Wave 3 of Sonic Movie 2 figures, what do you want to see? Because the only thing that I can think of really is the green outfit for Eggman, but outside of that, I'm not sure what else they could do. Like, I'm not sure if they can make any other variations of these characters. I'm not sure what else they could throw in. I don't think they would make any human characters besides Eggman, because not a lot of people like the human characters. So it's definitely a weird pickle. It looks like, is this going to be the last of the Sonic Movie 2 figures? It might be. So let's take these off this and set up the stage, and let's take a closer look. And here is Wave 2. Now normally I would drop them in like all at once, but since there's 4 of them, it's going to be a sloppy mess if I do that. So we're going to be going over them individually in this order: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Super Sonic. We'll go over their accessories as well, and then we'll go over the comparisons, and I'll give you my overall thoughts. So let's start with Sonic. And here is the hero himself, Sonic. Now, a lot of people are going to be hit and miss about this whole lightning ability all over him, because that's like the main gimmick of this. Like here with Sonic and Knuckles, they have the lightning abilities on them. Tails got his little headgear on. So they got to do like some type of variation to make it not just seem like just another release of Sonic. And then he also comes with his little map and his little bag of rings, which we'll go over those here soon. But I do want to say, I feel the accessories alone make this wave so great, because they come with a lot cooler things than just a snowboard for Sonic and Knuckles. So these really feel like good accessories for him. But when it comes to the figure himself, a lot of people are going to be very hit and miss on this lightning ability, but personally, I actually really like it. When I first saw the pictures, I thought it was going to be very, very weird. I wasn't too sold on it when I first saw the pictures, but now that I actually have it in hand, I mean, it looks alright, but my thing is that it really makes it stand out as being the movie Sonic. Because with the regular movie Sonic figure, it just looks like a weird looking Sonic. At least if you show it to just a casual Sonic fan, like that hasn't even like seen the movies or anything like that. But like, if you say this is your action figure for Sonic and they only played the games, you're gonna be like, wow, this is a weird looking design. But at least with this, having the lightning abilities on it really makes it sold as this is the movie Sonic, you know? So I respect it for that. But I did see a comment in my unboxing video of these figures. Someone wants to get one of these Sonic figures and then just rub off all the lightning abilities with like rubbing alcohol, which honestly is not a bad idea. Because with the blue on here, like this is like molded blue. So it is not painted on. So like if you like try to tackle all of this and get this all off, it's not going to ruin the blue paint around Sonic at all. So that's not a bad option. But my biggest complaint with the original figures was how tight the joints were and how you had to really break it in. And I feel like it's even tougher with these figures. So like when I first opened these up, I had to like really be careful in trying to bend these joints for the first time. But once they're broken in, they are good to go. You are free to move them however way you want. But the articulation is the exact same from the Wave 1 figures. So you got your head movement right here on a swivel. Every joint outside of that like has like 3 clicking zones. So you go from down to sideways where it locks, and then you can make it go up as well. And then with the elbow, they just either go at a 90-degree angle or just straight. And then I think the wrists are on a ball peg, but like there's not much movement in there, so it just acts like a swivel. And then same thing with the hips, 3 clicking zones, either forward, straight, or back. And then same thing with the knees, either 90-degree angle or nothing. Actually, no, I think there's a 3rd click right here, so it's like midway, but it's alright. And then we have the ball peg for the ankles, which again I love so much because it helps you be able to stand up Sonic by himself, and it looks really good. Like it makes it so you don't have a top heavy Sonic. So if I don't have a top-heavy Sonic, I'm very happy. I did like the first wave of the movie Sonic figures, but this just like captures the look even better, in my opinion. So I think it has to do with the lightning abilities. I think the lightning abilities actually does add a nice touch to it. But if you don't like it, I understand. You can get that off, hopefully, no problem. I'm not going to do that because I already have a Wave 1 Sonic and I don't feel like doing that. But when it comes to the accessories, he does come with the map, and here's like a closer look at the map. The other side has absolutely nothing on it, and it's like a solid piece of plastic. Part of me wants to wish, oh, I wish it was a softer thing so it would actually feel like a map and actually roll it up. But it's a $10 toy. Like, I'm not going to complain that much. But it did do a good job on painting this and, like, bringing it to life. And I do love the fact that Sonic can actually hold that really well. So let me get him into position to hold this thing, I guess. Yeah, it just slides right into his hands, and then he holds on to it really well. So, like, you can make it look like he actually is holding this out really well. So there he is, holding the map. So, yeah, very nice. And then here's the satch of rings. I almost wish he would have came with rings as well, but he didn't. And then it is painted on both sides, and it has a different design on both sides, so that's nice. Part of me wishes he was able to like actually carry it around on him on his side, but it's fine. But it is very thick, so you can't really hold it. But it is a nice accessory nevertheless. But overall, Sonic here is pretty solid. I like him. So now let's move on to Tails. Now here's our favorite little pilot, Tails, because he has a pilot helmet on. His eyes are bigger. This happened. Yeah, I want to mention that. When I took him out of the package, his tails like got stuck in the packaging, so it just popped right off. It is just a ball peg, so you can't just pop it back in, but as you can tell, if you move him a little bit too much, it can pop off, but like, it holds on somewhat fine. It just depends on how much you stretch it, I guess, or stress it, I should say. But yeah, the eyes look absolutely adorable. Like, I love the first one. This one, at least the face just looks even cuter. But the headgear outfit, like, I don't remember really seeing that in the movie all that much, but it looks fine, I guess. It kind of feels a little redundant and pointless, because with the 2.5-inch one, at least it came with a plane. This one doesn't do that, but they had to do something to give you a reason to pick up Tails again. So, I mean, he looks cute with it on, but besides that, it's about it. I'm not sure if the tails popping off is going to be a very consistent thing or not. Like, I'm not sure if it's going to happen to you, but it at least happened to me. But the articulation's exactly the same like the other figures, so I guess we're just going to move on to the accessories. So we have his little backpack, and it's supposed to be the Tails logo up here, but it's kind of sloppily done, so you can't really make it out too much, but it looks fine, I guess. But the straps are like all molded in like this, so you can't really wear it, but you can at least hold it in front of him to make it look like he's digging for accessories. And the other accessory he has is this little Star Command looking accessory right here. I don't even know exactly what this is. I can't remember what it is, but it looks cool though, I guess. It's another piece for Tails. That's all I gotta say about that, but he can at least hold that, so that's nice. Let's have him hold that, and there you go. What are you gonna do with that? I don't know. You're gonna give the Star Command thing to Buzz Lightyear? Sure. But at least with the tails popping off the way they did, I can at least make him stand up normally and then plug in his tails and actually make him stand up a-okay. Like, hold up. Let me do it from back here so you can actually see. So, like, now we can have him stand up over here and then plug in his tails, and then boom. He looks fine. Because with the other one, I feel like he would lean way too much forward, because I couldn't bend his tails properly. But that's Tails. Now let's move on to Knuckles. And here's our red boy Knuckles. Again, same thing with Sonic, how he has the lightning abilities. Again, it makes him stand out to say this is the movie Knuckles, and I think it looks great. If you don't like it, that's completely fine. Just rubbing alcohol, take it all off, and you should be fine. But the way his eyes look, they're actually painted differently compared to the original Wave 1 Knuckles. It's like a different color for the iris, as well as it's not being as thick, so it does look really good. However, I'm not sure if you noticed, but if you notice with Tails, you can see that there's like a black outline around his irises and his pupils, but you don't really see that with Knuckles or Sonic. So having them not have it, but then having Tails have it, it kind of like shows the different quality control, I guess, or like they feel like a higher quality figure if it has the outlines. But I mean, this looks fine by itself, but like since it's mixed like that, it just kind of stands out, you know? But besides that, it's just like the same old Knuckles that you had before, articulation being all the same, and being able to move his shoulders is going to be a little bit hard because of his massive dreads. But this Knuckles does look a lot more movie accurate. I do like this one a lot more. And then when it comes to accessories, we have his giant ring, which, looking at this, it looks like there's boogers or something on there, or it was like hot glue. I don't know what that is. That kind of scares me. But we got this giant ring that's supposed to be like Portal when he like walks in, and it's like his first appearance from the movie. Like when you first see Knuckles, you see him coming out of this ring, which I mean, I guess makes sense. Like part of me wishes like he came with the Master Emerald, because you know, when you think of Knuckles, you see him being the guardian of the Master Emerald. But in this movie, he doesn't really do that. So matching him with the Master Emerald wouldn't like match as well. So this is fine, I guess. It works. If you want to try to take this off the stand, I mean, I guess technically you can, but like, because it just like pops in here like that, but then you're just gonna have a giant peg under there, so it's gonna look really awkward. So I mean, it's a decent accessory. I feel like, what is it? Regular Sonic probably got the best accessories, and I guess the backpack for Tails is also kind of cool too. Is this a better accessory than the snowboard we got from Wave 1? I don't know about that one. But it looks fine, I guess. Like, it's alright. But at least Knuckles himself looks a lot better. He looks really fantastic. I thought the first one was fine, but this one just looks even better. Now, for Super Sonic. All I have to say is, oof. They really messed this one up. So when they showed off the prototypes for when you could pre-order this off like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth, they showed him in the box with him having red eyes, and he doesn't have red eyes. Like, he's supposed to have red eyes, and it just bothers me that they had it at first and then they swapped it out the last second, and I don't understand why. And plus, mine was just overpainted. Like, you could see the white going onto his muzzle. You can probably see a little bit of like the skin tone paint being outside of the ear a little bit, or like where it's supposed to be. They did this guy a little bit rough. I'm gonna get the Super Sonic comparison out of the way real quick. So here's a 2.5-inch version that came with that giant robot playset, which sucked. But on the back of Super Sonic, he's missing one of the extra quills that the movie Sonic has. Thankfully, this version actually gives him that extra quill, so I'm happy they at least did that. But I wish the eyes were more accurate. Part of me also wishes that the quills were a little bit shorter as well, so it could actually match regular Sonic normally. Because you could tell like there is a length difference, but also he does have like the irises and the stuff like outlined, just like Tails. So again, it really shows like how much of a quality difference there really is. And the belly paint like also blends in too much with the yellow, because they actually made his muzzle and belly paint darker in comparison. So I guess when he goes Super Sonic, he gets a nice tan. Nice. But the 2.5-inch version just looks pale. So I don't know which one I like more personally. I think this one actually looks fine. But as much as I want to complain about how he looks like with the length of the quills and all that stuff like that, I always love the design for Super Sonic. Like, I always love Super Sonic. But, as you could tell, he can stand up mostly on his own. Like, since he has the longer quills, it is still a little bit top-heavy. But, he can stand up no problem. And that's better than most other Sonic figures out there. So, good job on that one. And his main accessory is the Master Emerald. Oh, there he goes! He fell. But anyway, here's the Master Emerald. This actually stands taller in comparison to a Chaos Emerald that you get out of any other 4-inch figure. So actually, let me pull that out real quick. Here we go. So yeah, here is the Chaos Emerald that we got from the Ultimate Modern Sonic, which is the same size as all the other Chaos Emeralds from Wave 4, or the 4-inch waves or whatever. And then this is the Master Emerald. So there is a color difference, there's a size difference, like it looks fine. For the scaling, when it comes to the 4-inch figures, I think this actually scales really well. They did a good job with this. But part of me wonders, are they gonna revise Super Sonic somehow? Like they give him the red eyes. So will this be a rare variant? But I don't know. Hopefully they make a more improved version of Super Sonic, because I'll buy it again if they improve it. But again, it bothers me that they originally had the red eyes on the prototype and now the final product doesn't. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And normally every other Supersonic figure is frowning and looking serious. This one is smiling. So I feel like they didn't really capture Supersonic's face all that well. So I kind of wish he would have like had like the serious look and the red eyes. Like, this is not that great of a Supersonic, and I was really sad because this is like the figure of the wave that people want. This is probably going to be the most expensive figure in the set on the secondhand market. But also when I got him out of the package, like his socks were really dirty, and I forgot to clean this side, so this one's a little bit dirty as well. So like, it feels like this wave is just really rushed. And again, like his joints in particular were like super duper stiff. I was scared to try and move his elbows. But like after running it under hot water and still not bending and being scared, I just like pressed it in as hard as I could into his upper arm and then bent it, and then it worked, and it was fine after that. But like once you get that initial movement in, it's fine, but it's nerve-wracking trying to break him in. But Supersonic, I'm sorry, man, you're not very good, boy. But now let's do the direct comparisons. So first up, here are the Sonics. So with this Sonic, he has a little notch and whatever on his side. Thankfully, the new movie Sonic doesn't do that, so that's really nice. But you can see the difference in the eyes, where the irises aren't painted as thick, the reflectiveness isn't as thick either. But with the second version, like this is part of the movie pack, all three figures are painted like this, where they have the outline, they have like the more polished look of the eyes. And this Sonic just doesn't have that. I was hoping he would, but sadly he doesn't. So this one could have been almost perfect, but it's not there yet. But I think the belly not having that extra notch right here just looks better. So that's nice. Here are the two tails. I mean, the eyes on the new one look cuter, but overall I feel like this is just an overall better figure because it's just tails. But that face though, too cute. Here are the two Knuckles. You can see that the eyes are a little bit different. Like, you can see the color change, the thickness of the irises are different. You can also see that, like, the chest crest is much thicker on this one, but much lighter on this one. Which one's more accurate? I don't really know, but that's something I noticed. Are all of them gonna have it be this lightly done compared to the first wave? I don't know. But that's Knuckles. So overall, what are my thoughts on these figures? I feel that Knuckles and Sonic have been massively improved, especially when it comes to the accessories. I feel like the accessories of this wave are probably the best part of this, and having the lightning abilities on Sonic and Knuckles looks fantastic in my opinion, but that's gonna be very subjective. Like, everybody's gonna have a different opinion on that. However, I feel that the quality control on this has been rushed and not very great, especially with how Supersonic came out, how Tails' tails just pop off. The quality has seemed to have decreased a little bit, and it's really disappointing because Supersonic is like the main figure we really want out of this wave, and even then, he didn't even turn out that great. Hopefully he gets improved, and if he's improved, I'll buy him again, but as of right now, I don't think he's worth buying. But Sonic and Knuckles alone are probably my favorite figures in this set. I just love the way they turned out. And that's it for my review, so if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description is going to be my social media, as well as places on where you can buy these. I bought a full case of them from Entertainment Earth, and that's how I got my full wave, so if you want to do that through either Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store, that is an option for you. You're probably not guaranteed a full set, but I managed to get one. But let me know in the comments, do you plan on picking up the full wave? Is there certain ones in this wave that you had in mind? Which one do you think came out the best? Let me know in the comments. And also, more importantly, if you do find a red-eyed Supersonic in the wild, let me know in the comments, because then I know that I need to get hunting too. But until then, Supersonic kind of sucks in this wave. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys to death, and I'll see you on the next one, so peace.